going on, creative thinkers? Cook here, and we're here for episode 12 of Creatively Speaking. I got the gang with me. Let me start to my right. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hey y'all, it's me, Kadeja, aka K-Lig. I'm so excited to be here again. Yes.
Happy to have you.
My good people, it's J-Law here for another episode, Creatively Speaking. Let's get into it.
Hey, has anybody actually talked to y'all about being on a pod yet? Has that come up or nah, not yet?
Only my auntie saying, I see you doing a podcast. Or people saying that, but not how is it? How are you? No.
Yeah, it hasn't been in depth. It's just been I see what you're doing,
What is that?
Right. What do you see me doing?
Right.
Are you watching? Are you tuning in? Do you
are
have
you
any
subscribed?
thoughts? Yeah.
I feel like that's the way you compliment without diving too deep into
Try to be a
it.
fan. Yeah.
You gotta start challenging people. Yeah, you subscribe?
Which episode was your favorite?
Show me the subscription.
What you see.
Right. I have had a few people say the conversations we had are inspiring, or it had me thinking about this, or I really love y'all takes because you don't hear this a lot. So yeah, I think we're doing something.
I actually had someone say K-Lig's probably one of their top characters in
Come
the
on
pod.
now.
They love how she articulates herself and speaks up and has a voice amongst the men on the microphone.
Who said that?
Right. Cite your sources.
Yeah, first off, I won't.
I'm gonna tell you something. J-Law really been shading me today, and it's fine. It's fine.
Not too much.
Shout out to my girl. Whoever said that, shout out to you, girl.
Funny thing is, it's a girl.
Because I know the niggas be hating.
I mean, that ain't the compliment they'll go with. They're oh, shorty fine. They're not going to go with how you articulate this.
Wow.
Off the rip.
Chauvinistic.
Wow, this is... Hey, man, I got to be the one to take us there.
I
You know
love
what I mean?
that.
Somebody got to push the culture. But go ahead, please. Kick us off. How have you been? Let's catch up.
I've been good, y'all. So we have TikTok back, thank God. But what it has done is allowed me to take a moment, turning points in the world wars and shit, in school, where it's okay, this changed, this pivoted something for you, and it definitely pivoted something for me. I think taking a look at, okay, how do I want to be more strategic with my content? I'm spending more time on YouTube, spending more time with trying to think about how to dial into my community. So yeah.
So last pod you were just predicting and being concerned for your future self.
Yeah.
That might not be what it is. Now even seeing how that, because it did shut off for
it was off
12 hours or so, right?
So,
go ahead.
So I think I know you said it shut off.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that was a real shut off, or do you think because the band thing were with it not being on the App Store?
Let's talk about what it actually had on it. Go ahead. It was a whole announcement.
It was a whole fiasco.
But I'm just saying in terms of the actual, I think it's still technically, isn't it banned? It's not on the App Store. You can't download
technically
it.
it's banned.
But if you have it, I mean, it's like any app. If you have the app, you can.
Right. If they're not allowing you to re-download
Right,
it.
that's
So
what,
people are selling phones with TikTok on it at GameStop for thousands of dollars, which is crazy. But yeah, so none of the app stores want to take the chance because obviously Trump is so flip-floppy back and forth, because if they do put it back on the app store, they could be fined.
Yeah.
But is that true? Who knows?
I didn't even know that. I think I did delete it.
But
Oh damn, nigga.
Goes to show not in my radar.
yeah,
Gone
but
now.
that's what I mean in terms of when you hear media and you hear things like, oh, the ban's been reversed, or it was just something that once Trump got into office, it's not banned anymore. I think the pause was intentional, but it was never really a true pause. But the ban that the government and Congress signed,
It's still a thing. Yeah, it's still a ban. It's still banned.
Exactly.
But it's not being enforced right now. Hopefully, I know Trump signed into law something that would extend it for 90 days, which basically gives TikTok time to find a buyer. So people are in negotiations to buy TikTok, and we'll see what happens.
They really treating it like a government shutdown. We're going to extend it another quarter and see if we can move the budget. They are playing games digitally.
They are.
Sure. That was, it's PR. It shows you that no company is above dollars in marketing and value. For those that are morally moving out there, I know it's hard. Do your best. You don't got to switch up, but I get it. Shit stuff. Nah, but yeah, other catch-ups. Just so TikTok ban.
Yeah, TikTok ban. Get into my YouTube bag.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No.
One question: since the ban and everything was, I guess, semi-real, have you changed your strategy? Because I know you monetize on TikTok.
Absolutely. Well, altogether, I feel like the TikTok algorithm has been fucked.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's been fucked. So
Yeah.
we're back in the times when I was getting under 500 views.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
remember when I was hype?
Mhm.
Yeah, that shit gone.
Yeah,
So we're back working on the YouTube monetization.
Gotcha.
And whatever residuals from those ones that did go semi-viral that are moving on TikTok. So I get a couple cents from there. But definitely refocusing my strategy. The pivot that I also got.
I love it.
Thank you. Yeah. So I had the time to like look at my content as a whole, and I was like, okay, well, I have a lot of food content, so I started like putting shorts on YouTube that's just about food, and also using Lemonade to just do food content and see what happens. Because I'm also like a person that doesn't really like having a niche specifically, so being able to like sprinkle it around has been interesting.
First off, that's the second time you used niche today.
Yeah, niche is my favorite word.
Like the word of the pod is
niche.
There we go.
Or niche, however you want to pronounce it.
I like niche better.
Me too.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
That's all this.
What's been going on with you, Lo?
With me, I actually got some good news.
Yay!
He's gonna share with
He
us.
always has dudes. Oh my goodness.
I actually was accepted recently into an exhibit for Black History Month at Maryland Live Casino.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Hold on.
Why we both do that? We both did the yeah. Oh, shit. Damn, nigga.
Yeah. Talk that shit.
No, facts. So, it's crazy opportunities. You just putting the work in. A curator actually reached out to me to see if I wanted to have my work put in there, and it was crazy because I didn't know who this curator was at the time. So, just IG be real back and forth in terms of knowing who's real, who's just trying to solicit you,
who's the type of people.
So, he hit me up and asked about an exhibit for next month, and I'm like, it was just
sketchy.
Yeah, it was real straightforward to the point, and I let it sit for a little bit, and then he double DM'd me, and from there, he gave me his number, and I hit him up, and of course it was real, but it's just one of those things where if you're just always in the room, you always being relevant, people will reach out to you. So I'm definitely excited for that.
That's so exciting.
Love when a double DM isn't creepy.
No,
love-
I mean it just shows. It's like, all right, let me really investigate. You feel me?
Do you like when people like get you in the DMs or more so email?
I like email better.
Me too.
I like email better, but I know the world we live in, so it makes sense. It definitely makes sense.
Do you think because for an artist like you're extremely local focused, like do you think that helps with your opportunities?
I think it's not a hurt, but it's one of those things where, how can I put this? For things in Maryland, yes, it does help. And I think what really helps is the way that I do my content on social media with hashtags. Like I always do Be More Art. I
always do a local one. Yeah.
Yeah, local one. So when people tag and are looking for artists and looking for art, mine will pop up. So
that's dope.
It is interesting because when I do that, it's like, okay, when it's time to transition to a more national scene, it's like, what will be my new strategy? I'll cross that bridge when I guess I'll get there, but definitely exciting. Definitely.
That's dope. I do the same with influencing. Like I always put like a DC influencer because
facts.
that's literally what agencies are looking for. Like they are using the hashtags. You think hashtags are dead, but they are the ones that are like, all right, I need a DC influencer. I need a DMV food influencer, and they're looking at the people. And the same with artists. Yeah.
No,
that's tough. Also, for those who might be tuned in on YouTube, if you might have saw the microphone wire, we had to swap out mine. If it dropped in the camera shot, just for those, just so people know what was real, because y'all were killing that, right? And for those who watching it, they would have been like, yeah, what the, you know what I mean? And I feel like you gotta be real. You gotta let people know what it looked like, because my wire audio was probably giving a little issue earlier. So shout outs to the exchange while the pod kept going. Like we ain't missed a beat.
We got experts behind the scene. We got some experts behind the scene.
And it's my turn to catch up, right?
Yes, sir.
What you got going on, Cook?
So, this past weekend, it was my brother's 40th birthday. I was really excited, man. I mean, 40, getting up there. I mean,
how you gonna put that man out?
Hey, man. Hey, man. Hey, it's the reality, right? It's what
40
we always
ain't that
thought.
far though for us in this room. Yeah, humble.
Speak for yourself.
Be humble.
Not over here.
I'm only 31, so I'm the youngest. However,
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
What is not too far? That's, I guess, like because I think Law now thought differently of the gauge gap.
I think not too far is
10.
No, 5.
Oh, and then you. Okay.
I was
All right.
trying to say.
Nah, but shout out to my guy. He is an amazing father. He's a baseball coach, as well as a government employee, so he balances a lot. And so I linked up with Candace because we putting together something special for CTLN. And in the process of that, she was like, "Hey, you know what? I got to get prepared for an interview. I want to, practice on someone. Do you have someone I can interview?" And we did an interview with my brother. So, I was excited. I shot this on like iPhone and the Osmo, and angles go crazy. I might drop them resources one day. I might let the streets know how to get that off. But man, it's been dope. So happy birthday to my brother. I know it passed, but we here, we lit, and happy birthday to my mom because her birthday in February. So we right here. I might as well touch some birthdays while here. Yeah, but I mean, but
is your family like supportive of your creativeness? Are all your family creatives in an aspect, or are you the only one?
That is a good question. So they're not necessarily creative, but they've all understand that I kind of know how to find my way through it. It's like one of those things that they trust me in this space because they seen me not only show up, but like really build on it, and a lot have respect for it. So they support how they can, where they can.
What about you, La?
So my mother, she's really I consider her the creative where I got like my artistic side from. When I was a child, she used to always do these arts and crafts shows. She used to make lampshades and she sews, and she's really creative. So she always did it like in her free time, like on the side. But I think I've gotten that gene to really take it full blown.
So dope.
So it's interesting though, because just the way my mother is, shouts to my mom. She's just, whatever you do, I'm gonna support you. But it's not even like I want to dive deep into what you do. It's just like,
you're my child.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure, mom's
exactly.
The same.
But I think it's interesting because from the creative side, it's like, okay, she has that gene, but she still just let me rock. It's not like she tries to overbearing, but she loves to hear what I have going on and things like that.
Trying to tell you what to do.
Yeah. So that's really how it is. And then my pops, he's not creative at all. He's like, you get that from your mother, and that's y'all. But he's the same way. Like anything that I wanted to do, he's always going to support me. So I love that. So family definitely with me 100%.
Go fam.
What about you, Lick?
I would say my sister is probably the most adjacent creative person, but she's more like a hobbyist. So like whatever she could do hair, she could do nails, she could sew, she could do all the things. But I am for sure the one person that tried to figure it out as like a way of life. But definitely all of my family is super supportive of me. Not always into every single step, but definitely like imposed tapping in, asking me questions, which I'm always like, not weird, but I don't know how to respond because I know they're not in the world, but they're trying to like say supportive shit, and it's like, you don't really know.
Oh, that's so
that's really
tough.
Right?
Because you don't be wanting to talk over nobody's head or like make it look like, yo, I'm not trying to make it sound like you don't know anything, but I also know this is a lot.
Yeah. Or you can't really relate, so I don't even want to like go down that path with you, but I respect that you're taking the time to even ask me a question. So
thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, facts.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we smoked that round. Come on,
us. I love it. I love it.
I love that you always have to like put words of affirmation.
For sure.
That's my love language.
It's little moments where you got, you know what? This is good.
Exactly.
Good conversation.
There we go.
You know what I mean? Keep it going. You know what I mean? You rocking.
All right, y'all. So this episode, we're talking about One of Them Days, which is SZA and Keke Palmer's newest film. It's a buddy comedy. We've all went to go see it. It's also the number 2 movie in America, grossing, I would like to say, 11.6 million during its first 3 days in theaters, and has hit 14 million by that MLK Monday.
Like,
so
come on now.
Shout outs to Issa Rae, producer on the film. And I actually have the other people that I wanted to shout out to. I wanted to also shout out, while this is loading, I want to get her name right. I think it's Sarita Singleton. Sarita. My apologies. Sarita Singleton. Shout outs to Sarita Singleton. She's the writer behind this film.
She is.
She also wrote some episodes of Insecure. And she actually wrote on the show Rap Shit, which
she's a showrunner.
She's a showrunner for that one. I love Rap Shit. Like that was
what showrunner mean?
Showrunner means that she basically corrals everyone to do the things.
Gotcha.
But I think she was also like the lead writer.
Yeah. So it sounds like she's Issa Rae's right hand, because that's all Issa Rae shows, right?
Yes. And so funny enough, she actually met Issa Rae after earlier in Issa Rae's career. She did like a creators camp out in California.
Okay.
And Sarita actually went out there. She kind of took the tutorial class, showed Issa a script. Issa loved it. They didn't go with the script, but she brought her on as an assistant, and then she transitioned from PR to like being under Issa, and now doing the dope thing. So super dope, and
that's a story in itself.
You know?
Come on now.
Shout out Issa Rae.
Like you took the leap. You pitched yourself. You did a script writing, but the thing is, they didn't go at the time. That don't mean it's a no. It just means maybe later. You know what I mean? Not now.
And was it later?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And not being discouraged that your idea didn't get picked up, but understanding like, hey, if I want to be in this space, I can find my way through it.
Exactly.
Like, you don't just take that as an L and just be like, it's not for me.
No.
So I thought that was super dope. So I did want to shout that out,
Facts.
shout her out. And I also want to shout out Lawrence Lamont, who's the director. Because we want to give shout outs to people who put the things together. But overall, man, how'd y'all feel about the film?
Let me give a little synopsis just in case y'all haven't seen it. Are we going to do spoilers?
For sure.
Yeah,
There's going to be spoilers.
Yeah.
So, also, that director. So now there's two black directors in the top 2 movie films.
Okay. The other one's Mufasa, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's get
All
this
right.
shit. Let's get this shit.
And also, I don't know if you have this stat, but the total budget for One of Them Days was $14 million. So they recouped all that money
Already.
already.
We love that. All right. So this is
Give
the
us
little
the
blurb.
bag.
Backstory. In the new movie, One of Them Days, it's the first of the month when the bills are due and tensions are higher than usual. BFF roommates Drew, played by, Keke Palmer, and Alyssa, played by SZA, find themselves strapped for cash with nary a penny to pay. I know that word. Their monthly rent, which is due by 6 p.m. or they'll face eviction. Thus begins the epic day in the life story of 2 broke black girls who comb through their neighborhood of South Central LA looking for ways to get cash fast. All right.
I was gonna.
What you want to say?
I was gonna just say, like, for anyone, generic reference. For me, like, walking out is definitely the black woman version of Friday.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
I think beat by beat, yeah. Meaning like points, scenes,
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Guest cameos of comedians, yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, the plot, I mean, Smokey had to come up with the money.
But they weren't going to die. These girls about to die.
Do you not remember?
Big Worm was
Big Worm was about to kill him? I thought he was going to beat him up.
and then they were shot at. Hence the fight.
I didn't know they was going to die.
Yeah.
I didn't know the pressure was getting worse.
Yeah,
Debo was there.
Yeah.
But yes, but similar.
Yeah.
Similar. And I would say
In
2025, LA.
I get the parallels.
But doesn't take anything away from it.
It wasn't directly, like, if you deep dive, it's like, all right, I see Friday, but it wasn't like, this is a Friday redo.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But I do think that it was definitely inspired by the 90s comedy, early 2000s buddy comedy. It's a situation in a constraint of time. I love those movies where like you have to, everything's going to begin and end in this time frame. I love those types of movies.
And let me say this. I think that I want to have a caveat of, one, this is a win. Like, there is nothing that I would say that I think bad of the film or anything in that regard. I think I have like different points of perspective that it's like, okay, like thinking about a film as somebody who cares about film, I have thoughts. But, I was talking to someone the other day and they were all like, yo, it's one of them things like, it's like, yeah, it was good, but it's Issa and Keke. Like, you're not going to like be mad at it. You're not going to be upset or disappointed at it. But it definitely, like for me, I would say there was points where I thought it went a little bit too long. Like the plot of it, like I was looking forward to that first countdown and again, spoilers, but then there was an extended timeline of something that was crucial. And I was like, I thought we were almost at the end.
Right.
Damn, not you trying to make it hurry up.
But I was just like, the resolve has to happen because some part of it was dragging a little bit to me.
Which scene do you think, like at the end, you thought it was dragging?
No, I mean like when there was the first deadline of the rent happening, and even just that whole scenario of who's keeping the money. It's like, all right, like y'all aren't thinking at this point. Like, we are.
SZA blew me. I'm like, good Lord, girl.
Hey,
good Lord.
I will say though, I shout out to I actually was I thought SZA did a good job acting. Like she did
She
that.
was my favorite.
Yeah,
over Keke Palmer's performance. Honestly, I thought SZA was way more believable. And also just natural talent. I can't wait to see her. I know she's gonna do something else because like anybody watching that film is gonna see that girl's a star already. But now she's like trying to do different things. I would love to see her in like that Scary Movie remake. I think she would be funny as hell in that. I would love to see her in just a regular horror film. I think she'll be good at that. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be the end of SZA acting.
And actually, shout out to SZA because I think she set a record. Well, I mean, everything's records these days, but like first #1 album and #1 movie in 2025 came out because she had
Shout
both
out
in the
to Black
deluxe.
women.
But yes, no,
And about to be on the Super Bowl. Ask about her.
and on tour.
Exactly.
So but on SZA, I mean, amazing job. Hey, I don't know if this actually make it to you. Forget my.
Hey man,
Say no, I'm joking.
you gotta cue the music in on that one.
Oh, facts.
But nah, she bodied that, and she from Jersey, so I always stand on that. You know what I mean?
Okay,
I care
nigga,
about
you
that.
never rap Jersey till it works for you.
Bro, when are you? I'm a whole Eagle
Nobody
fan.
ever says I'm from Jersey, nigga. Like,
And that's the problem. Every other week, Richmond.
know about the girl.
Look what I gotta
Ask
do.
the girl.
But yeah, nah.
Richmond.
But yeah, that. So I thought that was a little bit drag. I will say though, I think both of their roles were very similar to who they are in person, where it felt
Yeah,
like
it wasn't like a real reach.
yeah, it was like an organic role too. But I'll let someone else get some space before I keep rapping.
I thought it.
Whoa. Mark that down.
That's right. I think it was like a very refreshing movie. Like it really just reminded me of the 90s, 2000s, and nostalgia plays a part in that. I think that's why I feel like it was a good film. It wasn't overly funny, like I'm out of my seat
Cackling.
Cackling. It had some points, but overall I think it was just a refreshing movie, and I hope it starts a trend that we start to see that, to have like, you ever think of like, what's the modern black film for us? You know what I mean? So even when some of the scenes started and you heard some of the songs from today play, it's like, dang, it feel good. You know what I mean? Because back in like the 90s, 2000s,
Sexy Red did it for you.
yeah, listen, when
Get
we,
it sexy. Like, damn, this a classic.
you gotta call a spade a spade. I mean, just back then in like the 2090s, I'm 9-10 years old. So even though they were good songs, you can't really relate to it like I am as a full grown adult. So I think overall it was refreshing. I think that's what made it a good movie for me. But the acting was natural. The plot was, it was predictable. I didn't think it was nothing crazy over the top, but I just thought it had its funny points on it. So I just hope it continues that trend that we see more.
Yeah, what y'all think about the cameos or like the guest artists that they had in the Tuck? They had Lil Rel, they had Cat Williams, obviously. They had Janelle James.
Desi, he was in there.
Desi Banks was in there. I did see him for like a hot second.
And
I feel like
Joshua Neal, the who was the
SZA's Debbie boyfriend.
Yes. But as someone who like loves social content,
He's
it's
been
someone
doing it
like
for
you've
a
been
while.
following him for a
Yeah.
while. So it's like to see him actually get a movie role. Like I think that's a smart idea for like movies nowadays. Like, hey,
That's
who's
their
the social
talent right
star?
here, yeah.
Let's cast them out as talent, especially people who execute these full on like dramatic scripts and all this and that. So I thought that was a really dope look for that too. So I like that part of it.
Do y'all watch Abbott Elementary? I cannot think
course.
of the girl's name that was also the check and cash girl.
Oh, Janelle.
Yes.
Is it
Principal. No,
No,
principal.
no, not Janelle James. I'm talking about the girl that was at the check cashing place when they was having that interaction.
Oh, yes.
She was in like one episode
She was
of
in Abbott
Elementary, and she stole this show then, and I think she did a really good job in this scene too.
Yeah.
That's
I
funny.
She was
think
funny. That was actually one of
That
the
was the
fun
funniest scene,
But
right?
you know what's funny? And I mean, I thought about coming out because I was like, dang, there was like, to your point, like there wasn't like a memorable funny moment, like the like there wasn't that for me. But to me, there
thought
wasn't.
when the girl was running, like the physical comedy in this movie also took me back to the 90s, 2000s, because I don't think that we see a lot of those shows, like those types of gags anymore. When they first opened the door and he fell into the wall, or when the girl was running down the street and the
door,
that
yeah.
shit, I laughed out.
That was
shit
hilarious.
No effects.
That's funny. Yeah.
I'm trying to get the girl's name, y'all.
But it's funny you said Abbott, and I definitely thought of the principal.
Yeah. Shout out to her. She did funny. I liked when she was telling her to give more blood. She was like, "Do it." That shit was funny to me. Yeah.
No effects.
I like her thing at the end when they talked about her career professions. But yeah, that was funny too.
Yeah.
But while you're looking that up, one thing that I
gave
was
up. My bad, girl. Shout out to you though. You was funny as fuck in the Cash App in place. Cash App. The check in the cash place, you killed that shit.
So I want to talk partnerships and collaborations around this in general, like because one thing that I did like, as we've been talking about Doechii a lot on this podcast, there's been like almost like an ecosystem of Doechii, Issa, SZA, things that are actually happening over the past several months, and even at like a real climax moment of the film, you get a Doechii record, right?
As you should.
As you should. But I thought that was dope. I did find it really interesting that Canva's name was on like the actual screen as like when they were putting together the flyer for the event. It actually was in Canva with the Canva logo, because to me that's like, you got to get that approved, and that's a budget.
No, facts.
And that's paid to you.
Scene
whatever.
they did need.
I mean, right. But it's one of those things that I also really like that is one of the movies where the solution wasn't drugs for the hustle. It was your art was the hustle, you know? And I thought that was a really good play into the plot of, you know, again, encouraging creatives.
Let's talk about the ending, because I like that. That was one way to look at it. I also think it was kind of like, okay, is gentrification our friend? Because it was like exploiting, like, oh, come to the art show. You know, we going to get these white folks to spend all this money. And then we both mutually benefit. I don't know.
I think that's a good point. I think it definitely is one of those, they gonna do it anyway, so get what you can.
Well
get your lick off. Like, you know what I mean?
Facts.
That sounds crazy. But but I did I found that interesting in how like her apartment was like all like, it shows how buildings super is like value people of a certain ethnicity, and like even the making cookies, like the posture with that type of people versus your own is I think realistic.
Completely different.
I think it's realistic how people move.
The African landlord was funny to me too.
No,
I thought little pieces of it was like naturally dry humor funny. But yeah.
And I think the plot of Selfishly, with me being an artist, it really hit home with just the aspect of selling the art to get out the situation. Like, it's like, damn, that's really inspiring but funny at the same time. And I think they played a part in that, like, intentionally with the collaborations they did with the user generated content on their page too. So I actually found out about the movie.
Oh wait, tell me more about that, because I don't.
Yeah, so they collabed with it's an artist, Uma Leone. She's real big on TikTok and on Instagram, honestly. And she was making art for the like inspiration for the lead up for the movie. And then when you watch the movie, to get out the situation, they sold art. So it's like it made sense. And then another artist, So Trill, she's a
I love her.
Yeah.
Love her.
Yeah. So you hip.
Wait, put me on game though. Keep going. I'm listening.
Yeah. So she had a collab post as well, making art inspired by the movie, and they did a collab post to promote the movie before it came out as well. So I just thought it was a very tactical and kind of like impressive way to get a certain audience that was relevant to the movie, and use user generated content and collab with them to promote the movie.
Also doubling down on Black women artists, like their main source who went to go see the movie, honestly. Black women over the age of 25.
Nah,
and then they took their man. Basically. Shout out to that 14 mil that we ran up at the theaters. Black women.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? I would also say that's I like all the stances of that, but I think like what this also shows is just the direction of marketing in a talent influencer led campaign. Like you know, everyone, like you said, you look at a Joshua, like his following, and in collaboration with the movie, that's a marketing jump. So like that saves in your dollars. So technically you might be paying for talent, but you know, as talent, even make sure in your agreement that they are being considerate of what they're asking for you to show up and execute, because if that's going to extend digitally, that's another check, like, or that's another value add to your negotiation.
Speaking of digitally, they went crazy on the press run. Did y'all watch the hot ones?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That shit was so funny. I love that they brought Issa in on the press run too, because obviously everybody loves Issa, but that
Kiki messy.
No, she messy.
Dead wrong for asking her about Drake. That shit was funny though.
That was funny, but the one that took me out was when Issa said, "Why do you just say Justin Bieber?" That took me out. Oh my goodness.
Who is the least talented? Like, damn, Issa. Yeah, that shit was funny.
No, I
love Hot Ones in general, though, as like a stop in like a funny, lighthearted way. I love
for
Hot
real.
Ones.
For that one, how did you feel about, because Hot Ones, when they do the traditional one, it's a little bit longer. Do you think it was too short, or do you think it was just enough? Because it was around 12, 15 minutes.
I think it was just enough.
I think it was just enough.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
I wanted more.
Because they would have been releasing even more secrets, and they got to keep it cute.
That's a good point. No, fact.
Like SZA wanted to bring up Kiki Baby Daddy so bad. Because I would have, if you talk about Drake, I'm talking about your baby daddy situation.
No, for real.
That would have went up super fast. Like, see, that's why I couldn't be put in them situations. If we ever do a press one, don't.
You'll say something crazy. But yeah, they're all like comedians in their own right. So I thought the press run was perfect, really funny.
No,
Got
facts.
the people going to see the movie.
Yeah,
I think so too.
And like I said, I think it shows like because even prior to it, some of the marketing, like Issa as a brand and how she moves in the entertainment industry is just something that should be appreciated a lot more.
Yeah.
Because even when they were doing the promotion of this, and they did one of those TikToks like Suspect does, like one of those things, and they went to hospital like Suspect won't write the Insecure movie, and Issa was like, I gave y'all one of them days, and it was like just like small little ways of integrating social team marketing. Like, these are the people who are behind this movie that are putting this together. So yes, there's 14 million, but there's also a lot of jobs on the line, and come out and support. So I think they did a really great job of marketing this film, and I think the results came out.
For sure.
Definitely.
So, sorry, my bad.
I was gonna say, I just think also the way Issa moves, I think it's just, I don't know. It's like, damn, this is an Issa Rae, film, or she's behind this, and a lot of times it comes out and says it, but she doesn't. I don't feel like she overtly puts her face on it or overtly just pushes it. So it just naturally and works.
Yeah, I think she is very diligent about which projects she chooses to make sure that they are unique stories, to make sure that they're real stories to like our generation, our culture. So shout out to Issa. We need like a million Issas. Honestly.
But what's funny, as y'all were talking about that, I was thinking like, you got to think like how a name brings something out. And like the brand name, like a Issa means more to me than a Tyler Perry these days.
Yikes!
Like,
no, for real.
In terms of like, if you're putting out something, I'm coming to see it because I think that you're telling a wide version of stories that are, more relatable. And I mean, personally, that Tyler Perry joint that was on Netflix is trash to me. No, I mean Beauty and Black, like the series.
I think Tyler Perry is trash.
Yo, take it there. I'm gonna take it further.
He knows his audience.
He had his time.
100%.
But y'all not about to say that Tyler Perry's wasn't like that when
no, that's not what we're saying.
He has given it up. Like, he has given integrity of the writing up.
Yeah.
And I think like he understands his audience, and they're never gonna like say, oh, this movie isn't good. And maybe there is a lane for bad movies.
And I was going to say, like, I'm not going to knock his legacy. Like, I never like, I think that at this point, it just is a redundancy as well as a misrepresentation from a lens that's not, like a lens that you're not really at or have. In the film, he's talking. He's wrote in a strip club in the film. I do not need to get strip club content from Tyler Perry. You wasn't active with like I've been in them drawers. That's not how it looks.
Oh, what you say?
What you say?
Stand on it.
First off, I paid rent in the past. What you talking about? I do this for the culture.
I paid my dues.
What you talking about, man? You ain't never been lied to and felt like you was in love when you wasn't, dog. You wasn't there.
I've been there too.
Like, come on.
I know.
I'm just saying, but it's just one of them things. Like, it's just, and then it gives a very, I would say, like, a false narrative of what that really is. It gives the stereotype version of it, right? Yeah. And I hate that because, yes, it's not the best decision in a lot of things, and you burn a lot of money. Like, it's not you don't get a bang for your buck.
We're going on about strip club culture, and I think this is so funny because it's probably like one scene in one movie that pissed about.
No, this was his character. His character's background was a stripper.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I don't even watch. You got to tell.
I put on episode 1. It's his Netflix series. I put on episode 1. I was like, I'm never doing this again. And Netflix keep trying to bring it to the top. Dislike.
Netflix know where you been. That's what it is.
Relax.
We seen them receipts.
Hey, it's been some years, man. I'm cooling, I mean, everybody got to have
get it right for you. Bring them back. Proximity is important. I understand.
I'll go back to hang up a couple jerseys if they retire.
Damn, not the strippers retiring.
Yo, they gotta put some in the rafters, yo.
Okay, we got off track. Tyler Perry versus Issa Rae.
Yeah, I mean, but I love the voice that Issa provides. That's what it really boils down to.
She's giving us hope, man.
I think that Issa allows people to come in and add their voice to what she's doing and execute it versus I'm Issa Rae and you're going to get in line with what I got going on. And that's why I think is a difference in the content. I think that's why the support is where it is.
Nah, facts. Do you think this is I might be thinking too far. I'm not really a big movie guy, but do you think this is a spark of like the reboot of the golden age of the black relevant movies in the times that we're in now?
I wish, but what I know about Hollywood right now is like the fact that this is even greenlit and they made this much money is crazy. It's an anomaly. Right. And Hollywood is very much so on that nostalgia reboot, on that some IP way back in when sequels, like they're not original ideas is hard to come by, but I do think that this is going to be like the last SZA Keke Palmer dynamic duo we see in I don't know what way, but
I think for me, when I look at this, I think that it shows the value of betting on yourself, and especially for black voices. Yeah. So I think what you're going to get a lot of is a lot of these, like your Kevin Hart, your Issa Rae's, people who have a large following already and whatever that may be, partnership deals like a Canva or whatever, like they might partner to raise 15, 16 million to execute some of these things. So I do hope that we get to a point where independently creators like, yo, let's just do something dope. We got a budget and we can do this, or we know enough people and can make the resources work.
A part of me is like, I think we're already seeing that with Tubi. They have like a crazy number for monthly watchers. And then Netflix straight to streaming type movies. I want to see more of us on the big screen. Like
this wasn't you had to go to the movies.
Yeah,
that first drop, right?
That's what I'm saying. But I could also see them doing a stream play. Right. So I think hopefully it's gonna start putting more black movies on in the movie theaters.
I mean, this is the best proof of concept. Hey, we took this budget and made this happen with this. Like it's proof of concept, so I think you can have that conversation more with theaters.
I think you just gotta find what. At the end of the day, you got to make the money, right? And you also got to see where the times are going. And I know movie theaters are probably in a dying age, so it's like you don't want to force it. So you want to make it, profitable. If people are at home and they're gonna buy the movie at home, why not do that? Which I'm sure this movie is gonna be on streaming in the next month. Yeah.
I was about to say, was the movies packed when y'all went?
Yeah.
It wasn't empty.
I went on the day it came out, so.
Oh well, yeah. Hey, look at that!
Support on the day.
I did.
Took me a couple business days.
I know. I was there on Tuesday because I ain't paying full price. That shit high.
I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't been to a movie probably. I'm not even gonna say the last movie I saw.
Please say it. Please say it. Please say it. Please.
For sure.
When Black Panther come out. I know. I set myself up. I know.
I didn't know who was gonna be that bad.
It was yeah.
It's bad. Chadwick.
Wait, not the first one, nigga.
Yes.
Wait, you ain't see Endgame in theaters?
Come on, bro. If I said Black Panther, I said Black Panther.
The first one, not the sequel, nigga.
So yes.
I mean, okay.
But when I saw that ticket price, I said, yeah, we gonna see.
We ain't doing this no more.
I gotta figure out them Tuesdays. I gotta figure out them Tuesdays.
Gotta make sacrifices.
The Tuesday deals be hitting. That's when I go to the movies.
But yeah,
hey, I didn't think you meant that.
I know.
I didn't know it was that bad. I love
that. I love J-Law taking the pod further.
Pushing the narrative.
Somebody
fuck them theaters, right, Law?
Me? But it was refreshing and it was a good experience. So I hope more movies. It piqued my interest to come out like this.
Yeah.
That's true though. Yeah. I love going to the movies, but I'm not gonna go see bullshit. What y'all laughing at?
It's him. He's still on the Black Panther.
He's giggling. Look at him.
I'm laughing at. I'm thinking of J-Law like the dashiki. Like everybody went on J-Law. You know when Black Panther first came out and everybody was cultural.
I love that. That was such a unique time. Did you go with like your whole family?
He probably went with a custom one. He designed it.
You want to know something even more funny?
Wait, you did?
What?
I slept through the whole movie. I slept through the whole movie. That's why me and movies don't work.
That's what I'm about to say. You go to sleep. Yeah, you the type of person that go to bed.
It don't work.
Nah, honestly, it is tough because especially with the reclining.
Sweating, man. Sheesh.
Wait, what?
Especially with the reclining chairs, though, movies can get like real.
I was
like,
reclined all the way back.
hey, you with shoes off, nigga? Like, you got real
I don't
cozy.
do that. That's crazy.
Sometimes you gotta get comfortable.
What you talking about? I go in there with Crocs on, kick them bitches
My
right
little
off.
Y'all the pros. Y'all the pros.
And
love a theater.
and I sneak in food. What we talking about?
See, I feel like a guest. See, y'all, that's home for y'all. I'm a guest, so
I ain't even supposed
so
to
you
be
be,
here.
Yeah,
you be sleeping in other people's homes?
You feel me? I ain't supposed
Do
to
you
be
watch
here.
movies at the crib, or you just not a movie?
I'm just
type
not
person?
a movie guy. So.
I am realizing I'm not a series type of person. Like
Okay.
it has to be something I know is gonna be fire because that's just way too much time out of my life.
Got you.
Dang,
But
bro.
I'll watch a movie like, all right, you give me for a good hour, 2 hours max.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't watch series. No more.
Nah, I'm all.
It depends on the
content.
series. Like Harlem just came back.
Yo, my hairstylist put me onto that joint. I was like, oh, this is a funny show. I
No.
like that.
Oh, like
Is it a
recently?
comedy?
Like this past weekend, like I
Oh,
was
so
not
you-
familiar with.
Dang, I feel
It's,
like it's always a treat when you get hip to the show late. Because
sure.
now you can just.
It's on season 2 too.
Yeah,
I'm lit.
yeah,
It's on Amazon Prime.
Amazon
It's
Prime.
got
I
Megan.
know Megan good in it, right?
And it's just like, I guess I would say, I mean, I hate comparisons,
It's
but
like Insecure.
No, it is.
yeah, New York.
Yeah.
New York secure.
You're right.
New York Secure.
It's good though. I like it. I personally like it.
Cute.
Yo, I actually have a question for y'all, and we did a lot of laughing. And I don't even know what type of time we on right now. Like, y'all cue us if y'all want us to rap for real.
Right.
But nah, like I just realized this, we're kicking off Black History Month with this episode. Like, how do y'all feel? Like, is there some significance in this particular Black History Month this year? Like, pressures, thoughts, feelings going into it? Which y'all is whatever.
Nigga, I've been black. That's all I gotta
facts.
say. Like,
Facts.
Black History Month is always a conundrum for me because it's like, okay, yay, we gotta be real black, y'all. We gotta remember how black we are. We gotta share facts and shit because we black. But yeah. So I don't know. Black History Month is an interesting time.
Like I said, I live it. This is my life, so it's not nothing special. But I do appreciate the time that I'm able to really highlight and showcase my art. So like even like I said on the catch up, I'll be in the Black History Month exhibit, and I also like to just do things to push the culture. So it is a time for me to use my talents for people to see and shed light on different things. That too, that's always a plus. But it's not nothing, new or crazy.
Like confetti falling from the sky.
I do like to really kind of tap into the history though. I think I don't dive into Black history as deep as I could. So I think it's a good highlight and a good month for me to dive really deep into topics from artists, anything that interests me on things that I just didn't know, enlighten me.
That's dope.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in my mind I thought of it like just with a lot happening in this current administration, like if there's a weight of this particular one this upcoming year. But I'm with y'all. like are we like, is there an expectation of, yo, we gotta fortify like what we're doing and community? Like community really is being important. So is that something? Are we going to see more communities like help uplift it with certain things being canceled, like DEI and stuff like that, or is all that just
I feel
OD?
like a lot of what's happening is so close to Black History Month that people are gonna have a hard time immediately readjusting. But I do think that we're gonna see within the culture a lot more people doing things for us within versus how since 2020 we've seen a lot of like intentional marketing from the big box stores, from the brands trying to like overtly say we down with the blacks. I think this time we're gonna see the reverse.
I'm gonna need to not see it from you this year too. I'm sorry, but like you look at like Target and their changing of their DEIs, like if y'all roll out a Black History Month campaign, or can they?
I
get
think
that off?
that's what they're saying. They're not.
I just don't understand. Well, for one thing, I do think we as a people do a great job reacting. So if something happens, we do come together, but it's always for a temporary time.
Black History Month.
Yeah, exactly. But it would be nice to see it push forward, and that's a conversation for us to get together and stay disciplined and all that. But for like the big box stores and things like that, I just don't understand how you push for something, and just because somebody says they're gonna roll back the policy, which is under federal government, that is gonna be rolled back for your store as well. Like, aren't you a private store? Can't you keep it? Why do you have to roll it back as well? You know what I mean? So it just shows you where you really doing it because you were down for the cause, or you were just doing it for show to make money. I'm not sure what the reasoning could be, but I think it's a way to just be able to be intentional in the reason why you're doing it. So.
With that, my fault.
I know that was deep.
I honestly thought this was going to go a different conversation. Nah, Law, you right on point with the execution of it. In my mind, I think of just like how much how much Black history is actually happening in real time that we're making.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in my mind, I think of like, you know, the types of shows that are happening. Like we just talked about One of Them Days and like the changing of like film and all of this. Like I think this is now like a great time to really leverage. Hey, this is what we do culturally and what it looked like. But with that said, you know, wherever you want to take it next. I'm sorry, that was a real big turn.
It was.
It's fine. You know, we're Black and this is history. So we need to rate One of Them Days.
I like that.
Yeah.
Dang, I didn't even think about that. Go ahead. Y'all go first.
I will give it a 3.5.
Oh, wait. Are we doing... Didn't we used to do out of 10? Or am I tripping?
She is. That's out of 10, right?
Oh!
Wait, I thought it was 5.
No. Our rate. So, hold on.
I was like, well, that's going to go viral.
Sorry. My bad.
Yeah, out of 10.
Out of 10.
Out of 10. Readjust my scale.
Double it. Quit double
It's
it.
so
I'm
crazy.
clipping that one.
It's so crazy. Oh my God.
I shouldn't have cut you off.
Let her finish.
You're right.
It's a 6.5, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
I would say it's a 6.5. I do think that some of Kiki's points were just a little over dramatic for me. Just not my taste of comedy, but I do think that there is a lane. I think a lot of white comedians do that over dramatic type of comedy, but when a Black woman does it, oh, she's corny.
I mean, I just thought it was corny.
Okay.
But true. I feel that.
Thank you.
That's a good point.
So, I would give it a 7.5. No, I said 6.5. Jesus. Anyway, next. Somebody else go.
I'll give it a 7. Nah, but I to that point, like I did feel like some of the humor was just landed a little flat, especially for like the lead comedy person of it, right? Like, I understand Kiki's demeanor and her persona and all that, but some of it was like, come on, yo, like for me. And even though there were funny moments, like the hit by the truck situation, not doing that. The hit by the truck situation, it was there was just like no real memorable like quote. There wasn't quotables for me like, oh, ha 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 ha. Like there's no punchlines I can share with y'all from the film.
I would be interested to see like the generation under us. I feel like it might be a cult classic for them. You know, like
True.
looking back, point. Some of the films that we loved were not that funny. It was.
So what were they? They were like early 20s. Yeah.
But yeah, I say a 7. I would say a 7 for the film. I would say marketing 8.5, 8.5.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go strictly off vibes. I'm gonna say it was an 8. I paid for the movie. I'm glad I went.
Cause I ain't never been to
Did you stay up? Did you stay awake? Like we don't need your opinion.
I was up.
Listen, this is unbiased because I'm a new goer. You feel me? I'm coming out of retirement, but I loved it. I stayed up during awake during the whole movie. It just brought back that nostalgic feel. And I thought that it was like I did laugh in the movie. It wasn't like overtly funny to me, but it made sense and made me feel good, you know, going. So I definitely enjoyed it. So I'm gonna give it an 8.
I think that's important to note too, and I think we kind of glossed over that. Like a lot of films these days are kind of heavy. You gotta come with your thinking cap on, or either they're like spoon feeding you the funny. So I think it was nice just to turn your brain off, chill, watch the movie. You're in and out. It's a very time frame, you know. It's not too much going on. You're gonna laugh and get on out of here.
Exactly.
And in a world where shit is literally on fire, it's nice to go and just watch a film and enjoy yourself. So I had a good Kiki, no pun intended.
But the other one,
you know. Also, watch her podcast, y'all. She has a really good podcast. Kiki Palmer's podcast.
I didn't know that either.
Nah, that's dope. Okay. Anything else for this? Oh, it's Super Bowl
Resource.
Sunday this week when this comes out.
Oh,
this
yes.
episode
Oh,
comes
Lord.
out. Just general, what 5 Kendrick songs y'all think he gonna perform at the Super Bowl? Any guesses?
I got guesses.
You got like guesses of people or guesses of songs?
Oh, guesses.
Just go ahead and
Thank
list
you.
them out.
All right, so I have. He's gonna do All Right. I think he's gonna do Squabble Up. I think SZA's gonna come. They're gonna do All the Stars.
Mm-hmm.
DNA. And my freebie is Not Like Us is gonna be performed, but it's not gonna be the way we think it's gonna be performed. I think it's gonna be either an instrumental. I don't think he's gonna do it like full out. I think it's gonna be like a remix or like instrumental in the back. You think I'm gonna do it, but I'm not. And I don't even think it's because of Drake's like lawsuit. I think he generally just won't do it.
I think that's a mistake to not do it. But you say he's going to do a version. You say he's going to do a version.
It's going to be like an instrumental or something.
I definitely think it's going to be Not Like Us. The thing about Not Like Us, I think it's just going to be the chorus. Not like, and transition to something else. Mm-hmm. So I guess you are right on that.
I just don't think what?
I think it's because it's a diss song. I think it is because of that. Well, not the lawsuit, but because it's a diss song and like what he's actually saying in the song.
Wild as hell.
Yeah, for real. So I think he's going to do that. He's going to do All Right. I think he's going to do Humble.
Okay.
And damn, you hit it with him and SZA with the All the Stars.
I added that one to
the
to the top.
And that's really all I have. Yeah.
You think they're gonna do Luther?
No. I don't think so.
I would definitely jump in and say, you made me add All of the Stars because SZA already announced that she's going to be there and they have to do a record together. Mm-hmm. And I think she's going to give him. I don't know what she'll do if she gives him a break as far as like
snooze.
I will be top of my lungs in front of that TV.
That would be a good one.
I would definitely do snooze for that. But I got Not Like Us from Kendrick. I got All of the Stars now. I have TV off specifically because he says walking to New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling mustard, and I see him having.
That's
mustard.
a good one too.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be there.
Like I see that absolutely being there. I think there's gonna be Baby Keem pop up.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, because if I have this stage, I'm bringing my cousin
and
out.
you family,
and you nice. Like it ain't like I'm doing this and people gonna be like, "Yo, what is
who
this?"
Who the
like,
fuck is that?
Who's Baby Keem?
Like, I mean, I feel like everybody gonna be like, "Who is these?"
Nah, for sure. They might do that to Kendrick for a good amount of them.
Like, who's that? Never mind.
And then I think DNA is definitely going to be performed. Bonus one. He brings out J-Rock for Win.
That's
a good
thing.
one. That is a good one.
I feel like I heard the producers of that song because I think everybody has to clear it. May be aligned with Drizzy, so we may not see that song.
I mean, but they performed it at the pop out.
Hold on, maybe aligned with who?
Drake.
The producers of.
So
Win.
they're gonna say no.
They might.
That's crazy. On that stage, you gonna say no? What?
First off, my
That's
phone.
Just
my
prediction.
My phone on D&D. Oh, Drake, I missed your call, my brother. What was that? What was that? I can't do what. So that's what I have for the Kendrick performance.
I feel like the general. Do you think Tyler's gonna be there?
I saw the clip. I saw the marching. I think that would be dope. And I think Tyler would be a good person to give him a break. I just don't know what the handoff would be, like of song.
Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be a good time. I'm ready. I'm really excited to see what happens. I think he's gonna either make it extremely LA, especially with the things that they're going through, or make a political statement. Either way, I'm excited.
I do hope it's like an actual TDE bring out too.
That would be cool.
Like, I could see Schoolboy on that stage, but I definitely see J-Rock.
We're gonna do Doechii, another Doechii.
I think
should.
Does Doechii and SZA have a record?
Mm-hmm. So persuasive.
Oh,
They do. This is a great song.
You did that.
Thank you.
All right, you got it. That's it.
All right, wonderful. Well, friends, we are nearing that time, that beautiful.
Wait. We didn't do resource.
I mean,
we don't have.
No, go ahead.
Wait, I was going there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Well, guys, like I was saying, we're nearing that
cook.
beautiful, beautiful time of our segment where we share with you 1 to 2 to 3 resources to take with you in your back pocket on your creative journey of life. Let's see what the guys have.
I'm going to get mine out the way before they give y'all real good ones. So skip 10 seconds. But no, I would say Black Women Marketers is actually having a conference here in the DMV April 18th and 19th.
That's dope.
And I think it's a great just community tap in. Shout outs with the founder, Jasmine Gibson. For years, she's not only kind of spoken on, just the community and trying to rebuild the ecosystem of marketing to voiced Black women, but she actually built a community for Black women in marketing, and to execute that is always dope, tough. It's a 2-day conference right in Arlington, and tickets available. So shout outs to her, shout outs to them, and link for the tickets.
Yeah, we should put the link at the bottom, right?
And then I think she just dropped the early birds are available now. So
Go get that.
Yeah, do that before they run out.
Go get that. All right, well, I'll go. My resource is a platform that, since we've all been kind of, dipping and dabbling into other things as a creator, I know I have. Substack. If you are a writer at heart, you can own your own IP, create newsletters, have a mailing list, and create a community over there on Substack. I've been enjoying it, tapping into like different journalists and newsletters. So yeah, look into Substack, y'all.
For mine, this goes out to my graphic designers out there, video editors, honestly, Envato Elements. It's a platform where you're able to download all types of assets for any type of digital work, from videos, film stock, drone footage, graphic templates, fonts. It's crazy. Like, think of Pinterest boards, but you're able to download them and use them. Commercial-free licensing. I use it a lot for inspiration for a lot of the work that I do. And on top of that, I'm able to manipulate them to my style. And it's just a great starting point. Based on where you are on your journey, you can use them as they are as templates as well. But for me, I just use them as starting points to get to my end result of the work that I do. It is paid subscription. I think I pay $30 a month. But when you in it, you just put it in your budget and make sure you make that $30 every month to pay back that subscription.
Yo, the emotional journey I just saw Kaylin go through, it was, oh shit, how am I not hit?
That's why.
Saving $30, close this whole thing.
But yeah, definitely tap in. I definitely recommend that to, honestly, any type of digital work that people do, Envato Elements.
Yeah, and honestly, it's nothing wrong with subscription based.
Oh, I know.
Things.
Believe me.
Brokey.
Yo, shots fired, because I'm trying to be frugal. Excuse the hell out of me.
Hey, Cook.
Brokey's crazy. Not the cold shoulder. You know what? Y'all finish the pod then. Finish it without me.
Finish. Go ahead, sis.
End it, J-Law. Go ahead. End it.
Right.
It's all you, my brother.
All right.
Hey, man. This is another episode, Creatively Speaking.
Mm-hmm.
I never ended it before.
Right, exactly. So be nice.
This is going to be the last time.
He did it on my vlog and shit. Called me broke and shit. You know what?
At least that was him.
You know your partner under the bus. Actually, that was him.
Playback.
Right.
Nah, yo.
Anyway, y'all, Cook, tell the people where they can find us.
Hey, man, if you tapped in still after all that, one, thank you. But two, follow us on all social platforms at CTLN_network. Subscribe, like, tap in with us individually. You got Kay Liggins here. You got art by J Law. You got a guy named Cook. So the creatives, we out.
Bye,
See
y'all.
y'all next time.